and anxiety, and it's all too easy to let it build up until it sort of takes over.
So is it really possible to relieve yourself of the panic by simply letting go? Well, here to tell us more, co-authors of the new book, Release Your Worries, a guide to letting go of stress and anxiety, Dr Cate Howell and Dr Michele Murphy. Good morning to you both. Cate, firstly to you, why is stress and anxiety so commonplace in our lives nowadays? Why are we talking about it more now?
Sure. Well, stress is a response to any demand placed on us, and anxiety is a lot like fear. So they're actually very normal feelings. But today we live in very busy and demanding times, in a fairly complex times, lots of technology, lots of pressures. So, you know, we need ways to manage the stress and anxiety.
Okay, Michele, do we create this environment to a certain degree by making things appear more complex than they really are?
I think that's an excellent question, Kylie. And stress and anxiety are real. But there are things we can do to make them get bigger or feel worse. And part of that is having high expectations of ourselves, or perhaps having some unhelpful thinking patterns like catastrophising. If I don't do this job well, it's a disaster, instead of more helpful thinking patterns like, if I don't do this without any mistakes, it's still an okay job.
I get quite stressed when people answer Kylie's questions with, "That's an excellent question, Kylie." So if you can keep that in mind when I ask you this question, Michele. How do we recognise when stress or anxiety is taking or has taken over?
Okay. When we talk to people about stress and anxiety, that's an excellent question.
That's what he was looking for.
Yes. We break it down into 4 different categories. So we talk about behavioural signs, emotional signs, physical and social. So in the physical signs are beating heart, hard beating heart,
not sleeping,
sweats and palpitations, being irritable and snappy with people, eating more or less than usual, and emotionally more overreactive to small things.
Okay, so Cate, how do we start to get rid of some of that, or deal with that, or cope with that?
There are lots of strategies and skills that you can learn to help, and that's really why we wrote the book. Together, sounds like we're really old, but together we've got 50 years of combined clinical and education experience. So we wanted to put down all the strategies in the book that are easy to follow, down to earth. And the first step really is education. So we talk about 10 tips. Things like relaxation. We can all relax in different ways. Some people like walking the dog, some people like listening to music. Doing things you see are important, that you value in life. So that's prioritising things. Sometimes we try and spread ourselves too thin, and we need to remember to do that. Healthy lifestyle, really important. So eating good basic foods, getting enough sleep, bit of exercise. And as Michele was saying, there are some unhelpful thinking patterns. And sometimes we need to learn to challenge those.
Yeah, and I like one of your big tips is be in the moment. I think we should all remember that, and don't catastrophise things. I'm going to take
Or
that
don't
away
try
with
and spell catastrophise.
That's right.
That would be stressful. Thank you, ladies. Nice
Michele
to see
and
you.
Cate, thanks a lot. For more tips and tricks to reduce your stress or anxiety levels, you can pick up Release Your Worries, a guide to letting go of stress and anxiety. It's available in all good bookstores now, written by Cate and Michele. Thanks, ladies. Ahead for you, the air hostess going on a